Oh, yeah. Hey. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Eric?
No, I was trying to go to another reality where the Dolphins made the playoffs. I thought maybe Meta would have it. I don't know. It's just not happening anytime soon. I don't know. Crazy times. Oh, it's
I thought
ugly.
they were in. They were in.
Yeah, way too many things had to happen. And if I had a nickel for every time I sat and they win, they're in. And I've said this before on the pod, it's either the Jets or the Chargers. The amount of times that we've gotten just beat by a team that was not as good as us and we're out of the playoffs so many times. Dan Marino watching from the sidelines. It's ridiculous.
Beat by a team that wasn't as good at. That sounds like a team I know from Saturday night, but I can't quite.
Oh yeah. Oh, what team would that have been, Tom?
I can't think of that.
Got the Pennsylvania Blues going.
Yeah, a little bit.
Listen,
the game was at least competitive in the second half.
Yeah,
but just the amount of passes dropped. The guy's wide open, the ball's hitting. Drop. I'm like, wow.
Never good. So we got, but at least you're in the playoffs, though. So we'll see.
Yes.
It's a Ravens game. It's a money grab, brother. It's a money grab. Amazon has got it. You got to pay up. Pay Amazon to watch the Yinzers got to watch their football on Amazon.
I got to see. I have Amazon Prime, but I got to see because the Netflix game was over local TV.
Not okay. The Philadelphia one was not the game, or the game's local. I guess I don't know. I heard they were not played local. The Netflix games were not played local, only on Netflix. So I'd be curious. Anybody who's watching, shoot us a message.
No one was watching the Eagles game, I don't think.
I know. I don't know. Matt Farr might have something to say about that, buddy. Got a lot of Birds fans. I don't think any. I don't think you have any Steelers fans in the crowd.
They're making me do math. There's only two, so it's. Oh, here we go.
They're hitting it a lot.
I'm not even gonna instigate because she's on my side.
She's gonna shake you off anyway. But yeah, so a lot of crazy. For once, he needs her. Oh, good stuff. I tell you, this is what happens. I tell you, yeah, going up against the Ravens, gonna be a good game. King Henry, man, it's good. It's rough. All right, so football's going, and I'm as usual. What do the Miami Dolphins and Eric Verno have in common? They're both watching the playoffs from their couch, which is a common joke made in this household. And we'll be rooting for the PA teams to see what they do. So got all that going on.
Speaking of couches, you were able to hang out on your couch or in your home office a little bit more recently.
It's been crazy. Yep. Well, we were back Thursday, Friday last week. We weren't necessarily too happy about that, but we got 2 days in, and then all right, she's shaking off the Bird fans, and then the snow came in, and it was all the forecasts were all over. A southern slider kind of hit. I saw a lot of memes about teachers seem to be the best meteorologists when it comes time to weather. And we've jokingly said that on the podcast so many times. Even as I sit here, it's freezing cold and windy outside, and I got a weather channel over here playing on my TV that I'll just glance at here and there. But yeah, so we had a traditional snow day on Monday, and then originally had a 2-hour delay today, and then just with the wind and the snow being whipped around or whatever, it switched over, and we've already gotten a call that we're 2-hour delay tomorrow. So kind of crazy. So living that crazy life, but and shockingly, normally that's you. Normally it's you.
I'm like Philadelphia envy green is my colors here because no fit day yesterday, no delay. I did four-wheel drive in, and in town it was spotty here in town. Like once I got off my hill, got into town, it was spotty. But then it's small town, country road, small town. Country road was four-wheel drive, and It was nice. I felt bad for the people behind me. They kept their distance. That's like my pet peeve is people that ride your bumper. Like, in the mornings when you're in a hurry, people go slow. And then when it's snowing, people go fast.
Yep.
And, they kept their distance. But the people behind them were on their bumper. I mean, I felt bad for them. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because there was we got more snow than we were supposed to. We still didn't get a lot. But it was, four-wheel drove in. Standing outside, my coat, my hat, my gloves, umbrella. It started. We hit a squall, so I was standing outside with the umbrella deflecting the snow. And
yeah, I remember those days. Bus duty, man. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, because normally it hammers you guys and misses us north and then kicks over. So it's very rare that it ducks under you. It's pelting Cincinnati before it hits here and then sliding under. And the funniest thing was watching on TV. They had a mass organized snowball fight in DC yesterday. And, there was like 100 people, a little over 100 people out just chucking snowballs around. That was pretty funny. So, yep. Yeah, I felt the energy leading up to the snowfall. Yeah, how about it? The kids were just through the roof. And I will say driving home Friday, driving up the highway, and it was flurrying really nicely. The ground was just wet. The road was just wet. So nice and black. And then the trees on either side, everything snow covered. It was like a Thomas Kincaid painting. It was just beautiful. And then that rolled into, so we got this last burst. And now this weekend, Friday into Saturday, we're looking at a possible another one. And then there's a third one coming next week. So it's always an interesting time to be a teacher in Pennsylvania and part-time weather people. And, you bat 400 in the Major League Baseball and you're an all-star. You get the weather right 40% of the time. You could be a meteorologist on TV or a teacher. That's how we roll. But so we got the good.
We've had enough snow that I've had to shovel a little bit and clean off the vehicles, but not enough for the delays or anything like that. And I'm like, oh. But we were talking today. We switch our schedule up for delays, so we still have the 30-minute classes. But it throws my OCD in a total uproar because we go out of order. Instead of 1 through 9, it's 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 for lunch. Then we go 3, 4, 8, 9, and it's
right. Yeah,
I'm totally out of my pattern. But I was off Thursday and Friday. We didn't go back till yesterday. So
yep. And just as you did a good job of not texting me to give me a hard time, I resisted messaging you while I was sitting here and you were at work. So it was an even trade-off. And so I got 2 days in, you had 2 days. So now gloves are off. And we'll roll from there.
All fair and teaching and fid days. Delays
That's it, man.
Days.
Yeah. So my kids were watching. We're getting into Newton's laws of motion. So they were watching a NBC Learn has some really awesome science of the Olympic videos. So today they got to watch a video about the 4-man bobsled team. I talk about aerodynamics and just how the friction works in the track and stuff. So, you have a little assignment like that where, it's about a 5-minute long clip, maybe 10 questions. And I tell the kids, my goal is to make sure it's interesting. It's stuff that they need to know, but I'm not trying to get them on it. So the questions are relatively laid out. Dom is a podcaster for PAECT. And then the question will be what organization is Dom podcast for? You try to keep it just to check and make sure they're watching it, kind of a deal. So, and then we're bouncing around between science activities and the math activities and just, making sure the kids are just doing some things and emailing home. Really not, just to let the parents know if they told you they had no work today or they got it all done, they've not done a single thing. So just that communication and, but the kids technically have till midnight to turn everything in. So it's always the next day when they come into school and they don't make eye contact. You're like, yep, I already know you didn't do anything. So having those conversations.
Yeah. Pure snow days.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'll make that my first fit assignment is usually a, go do something, go help out a neighbor, go enjoy the snow, take a picture. And then I got, the first time I did that, kids were like, I don't like the cold. What should I'm like, show a picture of your disdain for the snow. What do you go? Being angry at the snow, but that's school appropriate. The kids sitting there drinking hot chocolate, reading the book or kids gaming. I'm like, you have the day.
Yeah.
Just check in with me if you have any questions, if you have any work, and I tell them I don't make them go live with me, but I monitor, and if they have a question, I'll jump on and keep Zoom room ready to go if they have a question with something. You help with anything?
Yeah, we do a team check-in at the beginning, and we do make cams on just for the initial shot to make sure that they're actually there, and then that just checks in. Then they go, and then it's kind of like it's a Google Doc. It's almost like a bingo board, but they got to do all the blocks. And one of the blocks is something nice for a neighbor, reach out to a relative to make sure they're okay or if they need anything. So you got to mix in some of the fun, but the goal is like between math and science, they can be done in like 25 minutes. Like I don't want them sitting in front of the computer. Like I said, we had the traditional day, and then we had the FID day. So you roll it all in, but it's, it's interesting. And then going back on a 2-hour delay for you, that's a whole different story than what we have to deal with because, other than making sure the kids go to their specials and their lunch on time, we can, adjust what we're doing on team where you're working with the bell schedule and the way the system is, like you can't really be flexible. You're kind of locked into those times. So I could see how off kilter I know I would be on a day like that where it's all just jumbled up. Yeah.
And because you come out of like 7th period, like I got 2 more to go, and I have 4 more to go. Woo! Four horsemen. That's like my class thing. Then we go 4. You gotta give the woo. Shout out to my students. But
there you go.
I keep on my phone from years ago. Whenever they called a FID day, I kept that voicemail on my phone. So every once in a while, when it starts to snow even a little bit, and I'll be like, maybe there's a FID day. And my daughter's like, you're not having a FID day. Because you guys never have FID days. And I'm like, I'll play it. Like, I got the call, and I'll play that recording. She's like, when's that from? Let me see. She knows now to like look for the date stamp. I'm like,
that's funny. Well, I did on Friday. I did go down to the one buddy of mine teaches 5th grade. I walked in. I said, hey man, did you hear? Like usually, like by the end of the day, because it's 3:35. I'm like, they're letting the kids out early, 3:30, and I just bolt out of there, and you hear them all go, "Wah!" They just erupt, and he's just like, "Did you hear what time he said? Guys, calm down." And I'm just like, he's retiring at the end of the year. Like I'm just pelting him whenever I can. So the other trick is if you have dry erase boards, write a note about an early dismissal with a Sharpie. They can like go over with dry erase and eventually get it off. Yeah. But when they're in a panic mode, kids are coming back from lunch. Kids are coming back from special and they don't realize you wrote a note on their board. Oh, Sharpie on a dry erase board is a beautiful thing. All right, going to get ourselves in trouble giving out all these secrets.
Well, I'd walk into my bike because I don't have seniors anymore. I have sophomores. And I walk in right before the lunch periods and I'd be like, have you heard anything about open lunch? It'll be like flurrying outside or there'll be a threat of snow. And what do you mean? I'm like, well, there's a threat of snow. I don't know if they're going to let you out for open lunch. And they get all in an uproar and I walk out and go back to my sophomores and he's like, thank you very much. I'm like, oh, you're welcome.
It's good stuff. Got to keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, yeah, it's hard to believe it's 2025. It's January. And I believe, listen, I haven't been in school. My students haven't told me what day it is, but I think it's a Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday?
Yes, it is. It is a Tuesday. I believe this was the 70s. Laverne and Shirley would be on tonight.
Oh, wow. I know the song, but I don't know the words really. Something incorporated. Anyway,
I won't sing. I don't want to drive people away.
I know. Oh, everybody listening can have a headache later. All right. So it's a Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of 2025.
Yes.
And I believe it may be time for
the PAECT pod.
All right. Let's roll it and get serious. Welcome to the PAECT pod, a show for educators by educators. PAECT is a 100% volunteer-run organization that focuses on ed tech integrations in the classroom in Pennsylvania
and beyond.
My name is Eric Verno. I am the president of PAECT, and with me, as always, is Dom Salvucci.
I am the vice president of PAECT.
All right, and it is amazing to believe we are on episode 70. Crazy. I think in dog years, that's like 12 years. I think. I don't even know. I got to figure it out. We got to figure out what is the equivalent of episodes to podcast years. Yeah. So 70 episodes. And today we're talking all about what, Dom?
PETE&C Precon.
That's right. So PETE&C, our education technology conference that is held in Pennsylvania, near and dear to a lot of our hearts and our organization as well. But more importantly, it is the Precon, which we call the KTI Precon, which pulls in another truly just a passion project and a program that just so many of us have such heartfelt connections to. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about not only a little bit about what's going on at PETE&C, but really pulling in what exactly is going to be happening on that. I believe it's is it the Saturday prior, the Sunday prior to PETE&C? Yeah, Sunday. So, all right. Well, as always, we've got you, we've got me, but when we really need to talk about something, and you got the glasses, so we know it's a guest.
Yes.
So that means we need to pull in somebody who's more knowledgeable and better than us, right?
Yes.
All right. So let's
bring in a professional to handle the heavy lifting.
Bringing in the ringer. Here we go. All right. We've got a Melissa Krenzer alert. All right. So watch out. Darth Vader's behind you, although he looks very jolly in his Santa outfit. So just want to make sure you're good. All right, Melissa, tell us about you. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you here?
I'm Melissa. I teach 6th grade math at Grove City Middle School in Grove City, Pennsylvania, which is 20 minutes from the Ohio border, north of Dom, way west of Eric. And we did not have a snow day, nor did we have a FID day. And you guys are a bunch of wimps when it comes to snow down there because we just tough it out up here.
That's a teach child mentality.
Yeah. So I'm part of the team putting together our pre-conference, which is Sunday, February 9th. And so excited about it. And so, yeah, just super excited about it. This is my 2nd year involved in the Precon. And of course, because I'm involved, it's going to be gamified.
That's nice. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's pull off of the website here real quick just to kind of kick things off here. And you're going to elaborate greatly. But we got join your KTI family for the annual KTI pre-conference event at PETE&C on Sunday, February 9th at the Hershey Lodge and Convention Center. I'll bring a device as we are off to the races. You're going to tell us a lot about that. Engaging every learner on the track to success. So a unique STEM challenge is planned. And yes, prize patrol will appear. See you in the chocolate ballroom. And it's from 1 to 2:30 p.m. on February 9th. And then registration for PETE&C is not required to attend Precon. So this is the registration on the PAECT.org website. Yeah, so we've got a lovely graphic here. A little horseback riding. All right, keeping students engaged. All right, so that's that clip there. All right, tell us about this. Is it going to be gambling? There's going to be some racing?
No, there's no gambling. I promise.
No, okay.
All right. You don't even have to know a lot about horse racing to come.
Okay. All right. All right. I was worried there.
Goal, of course, our goal with KTI is to connect and develop as well as lead and advocate. So this is our opportunity to connect with other KTI stars through the years that we have met and connected with. And we're going to work on developing our student-centered learning. As you know, PETE&C has summits. This year there are 5 summits. So we're just going to piggyback on the student-centered learning summit. We're going to focus on student engagement. So we're going to talk a little bit about AI, some other technology. We're going to talk about what to do when there's no technology available. Again, it's gamified. I don't want to give too much away. Ryan Bedoya has set up for us a STEM challenge. So excited about that. And of course, Prize Patrol is coming back to Hershey.
Nice.
I always hear about this Prize Patrol thing. I'm curious to see what that's like.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Listen. I'm glad you didn't share too much because it looked like Dom was taking notes. So the dude's known to cheat. I got pictures of him trying to cheat and make stuff up. So Dom, you can't show up in crutches this year. It won't work. All right. So
gamified. Last year we had that problem. There was a lot of people that were cutting corners, and so we have built-in extra protection to make sure people are not cheating or cutting corners, and that everybody's going to get the most out of their experience at Precon. And this year it's only an hour and a half. Scott kind of limited us because there's this big football game happening later that night. I don't really know. I'm not interested, but we were cut short. So we only have an hour and a half, but it's free. And I believe there will be chocolate since we are in Hershey after all. So super excited to connect with our stars.
You said you don't have to have registration for PETE, so you can show up and not be registered for PETE. For the people that are local or within driving distance that can't make it to PETE, you can still show up for Precon.
Yeah, and it's a Sunday afternoon. So, I mean, if you're within, I would say if you're within an hour drive, come on down. Just because it's over at 2:30 doesn't mean we're kicking you out. You can hang around for a little bit, connect with the KTI family, and have a good time learning to engage your students in your classroom.
Bring your terrible tiles. Come hang out. Cheer on Steelers.
What's that? Totally not a football fan. Sorry. Although I am in Steelers country, so I can't say go Birds.
You're at Hershey or not? I'm sorry, not when you're at Hershey. It's right. It's a battle. It's a teeter totter right there. I don't know.
Many people I know in Hershey that are Steeler fans.
Yes.
Yep.
So the biggest question is the Penn State, Ohio State. I got to say that's going to be conflict because I am from Ohio, but two of my children go to Penn State. So we'll see in a couple weeks how that's going with the Ohio versus Penn State possibility up in the horizon.
We'll find out more Thursday, Friday. Yeah. That all figured out. Yeah. So the big thing would be to help the organizers. We would ask that if you are planning to go to PAECT.org /calendar and check out the 2025 PETE&C. You got to go to the month of February 9th, and just register. It's free to register, free to attend. That just helps the organizers with planning out a lot of the secret sauce that she's not sharing. All right, making sure Dom's in a group by himself in the corner, and then and making sure Verno has a winning team set up, and then he got so mad he took himself off the screen. That's perfect. So anyway,
stop him from talking.
I tell you, that's impressive. And so then in that way that'll help out. But if for some reason you hear about it and you show up, they'll do registration at the door and get that all set up and add people in. We don't turn people away. It's definitely a goal to not turn people away when they're coming in. So yeah. All right. So
to note that it is Act 48 hours. So an hour and a half of Act 48 will be awarded for attending. So your time isn't completely wasted there, of course, and it is free.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Now, and then the focus, like you said, on student engagement, engaging every learner on the track to success. Is it safe to say that the STEM challenge has something to do with the horses or just racing?
I can't tell you that.
Can't even tell me that. Okay. No. All right. Okay. Wow.
That would be, I would probably get reprimanded by my team. Like, honestly, I can't give anything away here. You got to keep some things behind the veil.
Okay. Other than, so everybody had, it was so nice without you, Dom. I mean, hey, Dom, missed you, buddy.
I was doing some exploring about some information on the KTI Precon.
Oh. He was trying to research Hershey and Pittsburgh, and he got cut off. So the mafia came after him. All right. So they just needed any device, whether it be, does it have to be a computer? It could be a phone. What's the preference?
Probably be best to have a laptop or a iPad of some sort, just
more
so
of a tablet, bigger screen.
We're gonna have some resources available. We're actually going to be mostly analog comparatively to especially last year's gamification we did. But the resource document will have links to things to explore. You are pulling more information out of me than I'm allowed to say.
I was writing it down. I was like, okay, we got big screen. Okay, resources being given, a little analog. All right. Okay, I'll make sure I message Bedoya and let her know she's not allowed to be. The team's not allowed to be mad.
Chocolate.
What is that?
Chocolate. Hershey's chocolate unwrapped from one of the previous PETE&Cs I attended. We did Chocolate World on the side venture.
He's picking out just nostalgic things randomly. Okay. So bottom line is he clicked the off button on his Mac is what happened. So that's why we lost him. All right. So nothing else you can share. 1 to 2:30. Try to be there a little bit earlier. The doors will be open that you can get in. Because there are people in the lodge doing different things. The vendors are working on setting up in the expo hall. You won't be allowed to go in that direction. The chocolate ballroom. So I'll be straight away when you get in. All right. This seems amazing. And if you are coming to the conference, get there earlier to go hit the front desk to get registered, get your room, all that jazz. And then mosey on down. And then, all right, looking to be exciting. And then prize patrol kind of cranking things out. So yeah, really excited for a lot of stuff going on there. Very cool.
Yeah. And PACT booth will be being set up on Sunday. I don't know exactly what time yet, but if you're there early, come check us out see if we're there. We're in the same general area as last year, a little bit to the side from where we were last year, but same general area by the door where we have been for a while.
There's going to be swag, right? They can stop by and get some PAECT swag.
Yep. Not till Monday. They won't be able to get anything. Yep. Monday will be officially open. So, yep. But yeah, all sorts of stuff there. Very cool. All right. Well, that sounds exciting and good. And she's not allowed to share any other nuggets. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get much more out of her. She's being.
But I'll give a plug for the KTI chat, which is Tuesday. Brendan and Austin and I are hosting the KTI chat, which is our quarterly chat, and it's on Igniting Joy this winter. So that'll be a half-hour online chat and this same channel that you're viewing the pod on. So check us out on Tuesday, a week from today at 7:00.
All right, awesome. And now I think since we're talking about PETE&C, let's stay in this frame. We've got a little thing called a PAECT pre-PETE prep. So I know we're going to talk about a lot of different things that are, occurring just in general in our calendar. But since we're on the PETE&C train of thought, all right, we got a pre-PETE event coming out of the Southwest PAECT virtual session. So you don't have to be a member of Southwest. It's going to be open up to all members. If you're attending PETE and you want to hear about how to prep and get ready for PETE&C. So she's going to walk members through some ideas to help maximize your learning experience at one of Pennsylvania's best technology conferences. All right. So registration's open. It's going to be January 28th from 7 to 8 p.m. Again, via Zoom. So once you register, you'll get that Zoom link. All right. And then, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening. Yeah. We've got this pre-PETE thing coming out. We've got a little thing called PETE&C Nuggets where some veterans to the program, whether it's conversation or whether it's sharing about it during presentations or just being a spectator, an attendee going around, what are some tips and tricks to help you survive? Because there's moments where you're just taking in so much information and you could be overwhelmed pretty easily.
And this year, Pete, there's a lot of people who are first timers or at least presenters. So, it's a new experience. It's definitely something, it's different. It's unique in a good way.
Oh yeah.
You said over half the presenters are new this year, right?
Yeah, very close to it. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's always neat to see. Really is. Always neat to see. So yeah, a lot of good stuff there. So, all right. So we got the pre-PETE happening in January, our KTI Precon kicking off. And then, one of the big things is as people are, hitting the socials and posting, tag at PAECT on Twitter X, on Blue Sky, PAECT.bluesky.app. And then, we're on Facebook, post on the page. Let us know what you're presenting, when you're presenting, where you're presenting. Senor Pal is the new first-time presenter there. Good stuff. All right. So a lot of cool things to roll, and we want to make sure that we're supporting people. Then the other thing too is the PETE&C program committee, which is comprised of PACT members. We are going to be offering sessions on if you're going to be presenting for the first time and you want to get some tips and tricks. We got some things kind of laid out. And I know I'll be running a session during the day on, if you happen to not be in school on Martin Luther King Day, we'll be doing one. I think it's like 11 a.m. Some emails are going out about that. So there's a lot of effort, whether it's through the PETE&C board, whether it's through PACT, to make sure that when you come to PETE&C, we want to make sure you feel like you're at home, because I know I honestly have that feeling every time I walk into the lodge and just, see people, see the booth. Like, it's just a great time to recharge. You hit February, it just helps. It was different, but still felt great at Kalahari, but it's just a different location I wasn't used to. But yeah, there's just nothing like being at Hershey and having that experience. So a lot of really cool stuff happening. So awesome.
You got to check out the fireplace. It's a great place to connect with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And just kind of like, rapid firing different things that are happening. We've got regional directors are going to be doing something during lunches, like, come in, you'll see the flags where the different regions are. Come hang out, get to see other members, get to chat while you're, instead of they're early on, there are so many times where I just ate alone, and when I had time to stop and eat. But like, it's a time for people to kind of hang out, introduce yourself, get introduced to a lot of other people. As Dom said, the booth's going to be set up. Come in, check your membership, and make sure your current. You get a prize, you get a little freebie. Make sure you get if you re-up, because a lot of us, February is kind of the month where we re-up and go to that, primo more. If you go from a free to a premium membership, get a little extra tchotchke, we could say, on the pod. And then we have raffles. We have all sorts of different things that are going on. I know I've got, a delivery of a lot of really cool stuff from Vivacity. So we've got some book bags and some teacher swag stuff to be able to give out for you. And we'll have different things there. And a lot of really cool stuff that's kind of coming down the pike. That's just what pops into my head now. Anything that you're thinking, Dom?
If you're new to PETE&C, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to breathe. Step back, collect yourself. The first couple times I was there, to this point, and I've been there numerous times, it's a hectic pace, but you have to learn. You got to stop. You got to take a breath and just collect yourself. It's, you don't have to be everywhere all the time at everything, because it gets overwhelming. And there's so much going on between the different sessions, the keynote speakers, the vendor hall. There's all kinds of stuff there. There's a lot going on. You can't do everything all the time. You need to take time for yourself.
And I think that the tie.
Sorry,
I was just going to say, to tie real quick, to tie in what Melissa said. That's where the fireplace comes in. All right, go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't forget the poster sessions, because people there who are doing a poster session are ready and willing to talk and chat. So if there's a poster session that you're interested in, go hang out, talk to the people about those. It is an amazing. And don't forget the goose chase.
That was in the back of my mind, but I didn't pull the trigger. So I was like, wait a minute, are we doing that? I think we are. So that's why I held off. So yep. The goose chase will be going live. And then, if you go down those stairs by Wild Rose A and all those rooms, there's going to be this area set up that's a podcast lounge that you might catch two guys sitting on a couch doing some live podcasts right from the floor of PETE&C. And we have three other podcasters groups around Pennsylvania and education that are going to be, manning the booth and doing some stuff. So there's going to be that opportunity there. And if you've always wanted to be on the pod and you want to check it out, you can come see. We'll talk about how to create a podcast. And if you want to be on, we'll have a sign up sheet right there, and you can come on and talk about whatever. And we'll record that. And all day Tuesday, we'll have 5 different sessions in a podcasting, basically a classroom. We're going to have it all set up, and there'll be different presentations and even a panel discussion. So that's going to be happening there too. So bringing the podcast to you.
How to use it in your class, just different aspects of it, video, audio, all that stuff going on. So, check us out. There's a lot of things. And as Melissa said about the poster sessions, that's a great way talk one-on-one and get a deeper conversation about different topics as you're roaming around. Because when you're in a regular session, I've done regular sessions, I've done poster sessions, and I'm like a lot of times that annoying person that keeps raising their hand asking the presenter questions, even if they don't want, they're in the middle of something. Excuse me, I have a question. But poster sessions are where you can actually, have that time to look things over and pick their brain a little bit deeper, because it's a one-on-one or one, small group to one ratio when you're talking with people. So well worth the time.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to add, Melissa? Any other thoughts?
No, I think my favorite thing is just seeing all of the PAECT and KTI connections I've made over the years. And that's how I first heard about KTI. I was at a PETE&C and I was like, what are these purple people? I started asking questions, and then COVID came, and then I had to wait a year. But
and when is it that you saw purple people at Pete?
Actually, I saw Missy and Karen present on Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but usually
on Tuesday.
I was just saying, yeah. There we go. That's where I was going with that. All right. So yeah, and just as always, this year Tuesday will be our KTI Wear Purple Day, or your vest if you have a vest, or your other side. Got my KTI wear I got all on today. But and then on Monday is going to be PACT wear. So wear your PACT loud and proud. Yeah. So we go from sorry, Don, we go from black to purple, not black to yellow.
Black and gold.
A bird of a different kind. Sorry, buddy. We don't go to black and gold. So we go black and purple. All right. So it looks like PACT is backing another team. Sorry, buddy. All right. So that's good stuff. All right. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. We truly appreciate you being on here and appreciate all the work you're doing. I didn't mention it, but you are the social media chair for the state board and doing a lot of great work there. And there's all those awesome posts and those images and everything you're seeing come out, Facebook, Twitter X, Blue Sky, all of them. That is Melissa, just pulling the strings in the back end. Awesome stuff.
Thanks. Good to see you guys.
Right.
Thanks for having me on.
Take care, Melissa.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Good stuff, man. Wow.
Yeah. And
always good. Always a great time of year.
The one sad thing that I'm going to miss is Southwest receiving the golden tennis shoe again, because we have it already.
Yep. I know you purposely sabotaged the whole program so you would never lose.
No. I enjoyed keeping that for the region and sharing it with the membership. One of our super fans has it right now, Miss Addie Wallace.
Oh yes. One of our number one podcast viewer in the year of 2025. Nobody can touch her yet, so that's good stuff. All right. Well, you know what? With that, that's a great segue into what is happening in PAECT. So let's do a little PAECT updates. My brain kept kicking it over to February by accident. So right now, speaking of competition, Dom, we got a little thing called the Otis Rumble occurring.
It's the regional rumble.
That it is. I've never seen fighting snowmen, but there they are. That's what they look like. There we go. Not so happy there. All right. So we got open to all PAECT premium members. Act 48 credit is available just by logging into Otis and going ahead and picking whatever subject you want to learn about, just going through and watching the different videos and answering the questions, taking the quizzes. And as you, increase your number of programs learned, they'll be going in and checking and kind of figuring out, adding it all up and figuring out which region will win the Rumble. So there we go. We got information just on pac.org/calendar. So you got information on the Rumble, just again, going in. If for some reason you cannot access your Otis account, you can go ahead and reach out. Let's see, who do they have? Kristen Landers, kristen.landers@pac.org. That's KRISTEN.LANDERS@pac.org, or Gentony, JEN.TONEY at PACT.org. Just reading for our dog walkers. Got to make sure they can hear it.
And the courses range from half hour, 45 minutes, some are an hour. You have the micro badges. You don't have to complete the whole micro badging to get it's every individual course gets you points towards the total. And there's a lot of great courses. And I know I've said this before, but a lot of the courses that are there, I teach high school, but they have topics that you can take, and even the courses that are geared towards elementary, the topics are easy. You can plug and play and adapt them to your level. And they're always asking for feedback. If there's something you're interested in, please reach out to Otis and let them know, and they'll put that on the radar.
Yep. And we're not going to go into an Otis breakdown, but we have done that. So if you're looking, go to the PAECT Pods YouTube channel and just do a search for Otis. We've had several of their representatives come on and talk about their platform. So a lot of information there, or reach out to Jen or Kristen. All right. We also have a book study that's kicked off, ready to launch, is launched.
Yes.
So it started on January 2nd.
You can jump in anytime. You can lurk if you haven't read the book. Jump on. You get Act 48 credit. Good discussions. I sat in on the first one. I hope to be here again, this week coming up. That's on my agenda. Go to PAECT.org to sign up. Great discussions. It's being run by the Northwest, and they're doing a great job with everything. The book's from, as it says there, John Spencer and AJ Giuliani. I followed them on I don't know if they still do the SAT chat, but they do a lot of activities. I followed them on social media for a while, and it's a good book. I'm reading. It's an easy read, and it's basically gets into, how do you get your kids over to the concept of thinking and putting things into motion. It's more authentic learning.
Yeah. Yep. Now, unfortunately, I will see. Maybe I'll try to, put a second screen up while I'm watching the Penn State game January 9th. So we'll see how that rolls. All right. So we got that going. I know a lot of people were very excited. Of course, the pod is current. We got the KTI chat happening next week on the 14th. I thought we had a picture in there. I guess not. We don't have a little graphic there. We got Tech and Tranquility. So Southwest PHT. Yeah, gosh, man. Southwest loading the deck here. All right. Addie Wallace, number 1. All right. So she's cranking out with enter the new year with some goals for self-care and teacher wellness, sharing tech tools to help you find the new you in the new year. Bring some tools of your own to share. So boosting teacher wellness in the new year, 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. All right. Nice stuff. They borrowed a picture of Dom for that. I like that. All right. And again, we already talked about the pre-PETE happening January 28th. So that kind of rounds out January.
Yeah. And the thing about the virtual events, you don't have to be super active in them. You can jump in, you can come into the background, you can lurk, you feel your way. If you want to be super active, you can be super active. If you're on the shy side, you're just trying to figure out what's going on, feel free to do that. There's not pressure for you to you turn on your camera and introduce yourself and talk, and unless you want to. So that's the one thing. They're very laid back. You can participate at the level you're comfortable with. So check those out. And that goes same with the live events. If you can attend something in person, you're good doing it that way also.
Good stuff.
Oh, and Brendan, before we go, because we have Tretzi coming up, and we'll get into that. That's January 20th is Tretzi. On January 19th, Brendan is setting up. He's doing this on his own. He's from out in Philly. He's coming out to, I think he wanted to catch a home playoff game, but unfortunately the Steelers aren't playing at home. So he's just going to come in and hang out in Cranberry. He has an event we're going to set up on the calendar. It's not an official PAECT event where PAECT's paying for things, but it's a informal meetup for PAECT members in the Southwest and Northwest region in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. More information will be posted online. Check out the PAECT.org website for that coming up.
All right, and there'll be extra bonus points, and I'll figure out some kind of special gift if he shows up in a Eagles jersey. Okay, all right. So, just looking at the glide show put together by the regional directors. So, of course, Tech and Tranquility's there. This was not on the calendar, so I'm not sure if it's going or not. But South Central has a museum goose chase sponsored by South Central, January 18th through 24th. So we'll have to check your email for more information about that. And then, as we said, the Tretzy, the pre-Tretzy at the 19th that's occurring, and then our pre-PETE Zoom workshop hosted by Southwest. Can't stress enough how great that's going to be, not just because the infamous Addie Wallace set it up, but because of just the organization of PAECT is as amazing as our members. Our members are unbelievable, and that's what makes this organization so great. So we truly appreciate when members step up to help out and do programs just like that. All right, I tell you. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, did you already put that up there? Oh,
no, not yet.
Oh, he's ready for the bird. He's gonna teach you how to fly eagles fly.
I think that was that whatever 1,000, 10,000, 100,000%. I can't count the zeros. My glasses aren't focusing well. I think that was about wanting to come to Pittsburgh to see the Steelers home playoff game.
Huh. Okay. All right. Yep. Just to see him catch up. All right. Okay. Oh, he's got comments. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think he's going to be wearing Kelly green. I don't think you're going to be seeing him in black and gold. All right. Well, listen. So, like I said, we're unofficial weather people. Got another storm rolling in this weekend. Got another one next week. So, always a good time to geek out and follow all the different channels and seeing all the different things. In between your viewing of different meteorology sites, make sure to check out any past episode of PETE&C or the PAECT pod. We've done pre-PETE episodes prior. So if you want to check the last couple years, we will be coming in the next couple weeks. We'll be featuring our different keynotes that are going to be there. What do we have? What black and gold? You're just trying to find anything black and gold?
No. Intermittent snow warning has popped up.
Oh, really?
But fingers crossed. Not holding my breath. Fingers crossed.
He's open. All right. Don't send me a picture of you looking sad at bus duty tomorrow. All right, but we have all that rolling, all that exciting stuff. So again, we're gonna have more stuff with PETE&C. We're gonna talk about the program. We're gonna talk about the summits. Talk about the different keynotes that are happening. It's just an awesome time. And we do have a meet and greet that does occur on Monday night for PAECT. We do like a little meeting, just appetizers kind of a thing. On Monday night, there's going to be a cornhole tournament that's occurring. So you can go through the website and sign up for that. And a lot of great stuff occurring. There's going to be some different stuff where if you want to get out of the hustle and bustle, you'll be able to come to the President's Suite. That will have more room, or more information on that at PETE&C. Just chat with Dom and I, and just a time for people to kind of kick back and just relax and, watch a little bit of the football game, watch, just a rest in the evening. So a lot of great stuff happening, and you'll hear more about it in 2 weeks when we have our next pod.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Well, listen, keep looking for that weather happening in the sky, and best of luck for Saturday. I mean, just I don't know. I like both teams. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way Russell Wilson's playing. I do like Lamar and Derrick Henry. And Tomlinson, Harbaugh. Like, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be interesting how it comes out, but it's going to be a good game.
I grudging respect. Although, like, this is the game where I have a lot of friends and family in Cleveland, and I get to pick on them because when Art Modell moved them to Baltimore and they won their first Super Bowl, and we were back and forth and they were picking on the Steelers. We had a down year. I'm like, you guys were never even. And I'm like, oh, wait, you did. You won the Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh, wait, that was after they left and moved to Baltimore. And that was like that was a rough one on that. But it made me feel good for being mean. I have to say. But, yeah, because that rivalry, the rivalry from that team goes back to when they were the Browns and they went to Baltimore. It's been brutal. Like, my dad told me stories, even when the Steelers were bad and they had Jim Brown and they were phenomenal. winning championships, the Steelers usually gave them a hard time. That rivalry's been there, and realistically, the Ravens came from the Browns, and that rivalry continued when they went down there. And actually, now we have two teams that we have that heavy rivalry with. So it's always a knockdown, drag 'em out fight. It's a good game to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So better than watching the Dolphins game. Don't try looking for that, folks. It's not there.
I was surprised, man. I thought they'd have taken down. I really would have.
Something. No, and listen, Carson Wentz didn't even help me out, trying to show up and play well for the Chiefs. So there was nothing happening. But no, Tua didn't play. So yeah, so that didn't help, but it's crazy. So, but hey, that's all right. It's just the way the Dolphins fan world rumbles. So all right, well, we truly think. What's that?
So it's just the way the fish flipped.
Yeah, it's something like that. All right. Well, we truly thank our sponsors, and we want to get out of here and make sure we let's see. I'm trying to find the video here to thank our sponsors appropriately. Yes. So
then we'll better truly next time.
Yeah, we'll save them for later. So listen, we just want to thank you all for being here live, for all of our dog walkers, everybody listening in their cars. Truly appreciate you. And remember, PACT.
We are
the voice of EdTech in Pennsylvania
and beyond.
Thank you to our sponsors.
PAECT would like to say thank you to all of our sponsors.
Venture sponsor, EduSpire, corporate council members, ClassLink, ClearTouch.
Thank you to our gold sponsors,
Howard Technology Solutions, and Teachers First.
We at PAECT truly appreciate your support. Thank you once again.